Hit the mics, take a seat, it's about to ignite. Two dudes with the spread, keep your bets locked tight. Sports talk sharp like a razor blade edge. Numbers don't lie, no need for a hedge. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth. From the pitch to the court where legends birth. Plays and parlays, every wager's worth. Sit back, tune in, ride the wave of mirth. Game clock's ticking, we predicting the heat.
Hello, welcome. Two Guys, One Spread podcast, season number 2, episode number 3. Tommy's here. He's got his Bills stuff on, ready to start that season. One Buffalo season ends, the other one starts. Ready to go with that. We can jump right in, talk a little bit Sabres. I think there's a lot to talk about, the game, the way the season ended, what to look forward to. Let's start with the game.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the game?
I thought for including the overtime, 2.25 period, we were the by far better team. We couldn't put the puck in the net. I know we scored 2 going from the one in the second, one in the third, but there was chances there to be had to at least score another one. It just was a game where slow start, couple maybe. What do you think? Are we arguing that it was a kick or not on the first goal? Would you already viewed it or not?
So I actually want to go back and look at it a little closer. I was so mad when it went in. So mad when it went in. I think I left the room. I didn't really. And then as I was listening to some stuff today, they started to talk more about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I really have to go back and look at it. Like, I want to really go and look closer. From the sounds of it, I think if Montreal's power play hadn't been so good, maybe
I know.
you would.
That's the scary part.
But I really want to go back and take a look. So I don't know if I could say they scored and I stormed out of the room. I was furious.
Right.
So honest take right there. And then they were talking about it today, and it sounded like it really was like, super on the fence and just maybe not a risk that you want to take. And you go down 2 and then you're big shit.
Yeah, that power play was just, it was there on the power play. It's 2 minutes in your zone of just pure, fighting for your life with Montreal's power play. This series, it was amazing. So I get it. If it was borderline, let's not take the risk of going down 2 real quick. And it's trying to get, this take the goal and let's move on. But it was close. I thought it was close. I thought he definitely moved his foot, but
they said he definitely, from what I heard, he definitely turned his foot, and it looked like it came off a little bit off the ice or whatever.
Right.
Which to me, when you're doing that's kicking. But like I said, I maybe next pot I'll have a better opinion, because it really piqued my interest, because I was like, damn, now I really want to go watch it. But
all right, well, let's talk about the other slight controversy, because it's Sabres, it's Buffalo sports. We're not going to have no heartbreak loss, so that's some controversy. Did the quick whistle? Was it a quick whistle?
I'll say this: there's a lot of other things in the game that bothered me a little bit more. As well as they played, there were still a couple moments that I'll touch on, but I don't think it was overly quick. I mean, listen. The shot came in. I didn't see an angle of the.
Yeah, they did not have an angle. They never did show an angle of the front or the back to see if it was somehow loose between his legs or anything.
I saw one from the back. I did see one from the back, and I didn't really see the puck until there's that dig, right? Greenway took a dig at it, so I wasn't overly.
I thought it was the right call.
If we were on the opposite side, we'd be like, "Come on, you got to blow the whistle, right?" So, I'll tell you what. A couple of the things is, and I'm telling. Like you said, we really dominated the second and the third. Had some really good chances. Dobish made a couple big saves. I still think we left a couple out there. I'm going to talk about that Tage Benson 2-on-1.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know the toe
I mean,
drag. You're
he
dragging
could
the
have.
puck.
Yeah, he could have. First off, he could have slid it over to Benson. He's a goal scorer, though, so I don't want to question that. What I do want to question, and I've talked about this with him throughout this playoffs, I feel like he's got to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
You're in a really good spot. You
Like
got to
right
shoot.
away. Yeah, not the drag. Just shoot it.
Because the guy caught him from behind.
Yeah.
This is the playoffs. They're back checking their ass off. They're coming to get you. In the regular season, that guy might not be ripping back like that.
Yeah.
He toe dragged it to the middle. I mean, he's a great scorer, and he's got a great shot. And you have just you and the goal. It's essentially a breakaway, right? You can't really make every move because that guy's there. But like, pick a spot and just go for it and take the shot. And he tried to get too cute, and the guy caught him from behind. There's going to be back checkers. So that was the part that play bothered me. Because we didn't really get a great scoring opportunity, and it was a clear-cut 2-on-1.
Clear cut. Yep, I agree. I'd like to talk about the original first line and I thought the total incompetence of that first line. That includes Tage, and I don't care about his numbers as far as what they kind of ended up being with 3 goals and whatever. 3 goals. Yeah. Empty netter off the boards and then another one that came off the board, off the backboards. So I don't want to hear about his goals, but to me, he scored 0 real goals. None. And
in this series.
Yes. In this series. I'm talking about this series, yeah. Actually, I thought Tage was terrible. You can give him game 1 of the Boston, but I thought he was awful. I thought the best game he played was game 6. I actually thought he had a good game. Maybe Benson is the key to everybody being great. That's the only thing I could think of because I didn't think he was good. Tuck was obviously nowhere to be found. I made a comment after Boston that, he played for that new contract, and that did not work out as well that he wanted. He was awful. I mean, he's got 0 points in 7 games, 0. And Krebs went from the first line center to the fourth line center. Yeah. This was, I give Ruff credit. He did. He tried everything. There's players that just didn't show up.
I heard today, and again, you could take stats and numbers. You can manipulate them and do whatever you want, but today they said on the radio that in 5-on-5 expected goals for the playoffs.
Yeah.
All Buffalo Sabres that were eligible, which I think it meant 15 minutes of playing time or more. Tage Thompson was last. I mean, below Timmins, below every single guy. Greenway.
Yeah. He was just. I mean, you could look at.
And again, it sounds funny because he had 15 points, right? So somehow you're getting him, but we already said the ball. I mean, I think he had 5 in the one game, right? I think he had 5, and like you said, you 3 of those goals are. I mean, I'm putting them in, so. Yeah. That number that was insane to me. It was really crazy to hear that, and I was like,
I thought games 2 through 5. That first line, just awful, just flat out awful. And I think that the line changes helped a little bit, at least with Tage. I thought in game 6 he played better. He was getting shots on net, doing a little bit more, but man, overall, Tuck, Tage, Krebs, who shouldn't be a first line center anyways, in my opinion, just awful and. Wasn't the reason we lost yesterday, but I'm just talking for the series.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'll say this, all right. I mean, I'm gonna at least say this I get my ass chewed out all the time by people for this stuff, but I'm gonna give Tage Thompson the benefit of the doubt. He's young. He's young, when he's comes to experience and stuff, he's very, very young,
Yeah.
right? So maybe he goes back and it's going to sting, but you watch some of the games and you pick up on it and you talk about stuff like, what's the difference in playoff hockey? And hopefully I feel like, he'll see it. I just feel in playoff hockey, you got to get pucks to the net as often as you can. You got to get scoring. When you get scoring chances, you got to, you got to capitalize, but you got to at least get scoring chances off when you get an opportunity. I feel like it was just too cute. I felt like Dahlin was that for a while, and I think in the series, he tried to simplify it more. He was shooting that puck, right? Shoot the puck. You've got a great shot. Let it rip. I think Quinn came a little bit in that way.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I really liked Quinn in the playoffs. I know his
he
numbers
was sleeping a little bit too. He had a couple posts in a couple games. At least
I like his hustle. I thought his hustle was pretty Benson's got he's got him and Doan, like their motors are going, they're forechecking, but I thought Quinn was real aggressive on the forecheck.
Right.
I think he's got a little more grit and nasty to his game than maybe I gave him credit for. The proverbial playoff player. I thought he was good. I think because of all of those guys being so good, we got to where we got to.
Right.
And that that's got to make you feel good about if we do some slight improvements.
Right.
Hellenius was awesome out there.
Yes, he was. I know.
That guy. It's safe to say that he's penciled in a spot for next year.
Sure, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
We almost have a spot though. We're in a tough spot. Think of the lineup that we had out there, and who got hurt? Osland.
Yeah,
Osland, right?
Yeah, and he was playing good before he went out.
He was playing really good. Kulik, if he's coming back, I know they had a health update today. There's not a lot of spots.
No, I agree with you, but you know what? I guess I'm tired of hearing it. Like maybe from the Bills, it was a good season. We learned from it. I get it, and that's all true, 100%. But this has happened a lot of times in football and hockey. Yeah. It's hard to get where you are. It's hard to get to the second round, game sevens, and when you have a chance to move on, you don't know when it's coming back. We waited 14 years for this. I'm not saying we're going to do this again. I don't. I'm not saying that.
Sure. I feel in the next. What you're saying is, if in the next 3 years we're still saying it, then it's a problem.
Fine to say it this year. I'll allow it this year. Obviously, it's been 14 years, so you don't expect to win a Stanley Cup when you're terrible for 14, then all of a sudden come out of nowhere. But we were here. It happened. We were here, and we had a chance. And I guess I'm tired of hearing in Buffalo, basically just It was a great season. We learned a lot. We're gonna, look at the pieces, and it's all true, 100%. And I'm gonna give him a pass this year, but I'll give him one pass, and that's it. And then,
I'll say that I think next year could even be successful without winning a cup, but I also want to see our best players play like they're like the best players in the playoffs. And, again, who knows what next season brings. You run into, Florida bounces back and you run into another juggernaut. You might not win the cup, but we definitely have to learn. Like, we need Dahlin to be the guy he was those last few games.
Right.
We definitely need Tage to absolutely be better. Yeah. For sure. Goaltending, what do we do with goaltending?
Right, and we didn't even get to the winning goal. It wasn't anything amazing, the shot. Good shot, obviously, beat him. But, goaltending, obviously, how many times did we switch goalies mid-game in this series? 3?
There were times the goalies were really good, but often it was after someone was really bad. And then
Yes.
that guy couldn't, and then he couldn't follow it up with another.
Right.
I mean, Lyon had to stretch, right? He had a
Line
little
had the
stretch.
threat.
And
Yeah.
after that, it was just like, who's
Yeah.
going in?
Who's going? I mean, Line was so bad in Game 6, so bad. That wrister from the point, there was no one in front of him. He was bad. But yeah, I don't know what you do.
Terrible. Oh, that was terrible. I mean, honestly, I'm sitting there like, bro, I could have stopped that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're looking for somebody in front that nothing clear view, just a simple wrist shot, just misjudged it with his glove. I mean, but I thought UPL early was really bad when Boston, and he came in, and then he comes in, subs for Lyon, looks good. Then you start him the next game, he's terrible, and it's just like you can't. It's hard to win.
He had some big saves last night.
He did.
First period,
Absolutely. He
first
did.
period, he had 3 where you're like, holy smokes.
I mean,
Sabres
give up more.
Yeah. I was like, damn. I mean, Cole Caulfield's sitting right in the slot, untouched, and this guy, he just rips it. That was a huge
will say,
save.
no one. Sabres need to work on the slot. They love to give they give up, and I know it's their style. They pinch, and their defenses are very aggressive.
Yeah,
but,
they are.
A lot of breakaways. I thought, UPL had a couple of huge saves just with the breakaways. Yeah, it's tough because people just remember the goal that went in, which was maybe not the best goal in the world, but he did make a lot of saves, keep in the game.
Yeah, some of the little bits that I don't like even on the game-winning goal. So Dahlin kind of turns it over at the blue line. Tage has a half a second that he could get it in, and I don't know if he fanned on it.
Yeah.
You fanned on it. But then they start coming the other way, and Tage comes to the neutral zone, and I felt this way with Montreal, even on their power play. I know you just can't go running willy-nilly chicken head cut off.
Yeah.
You also can't just let elite guys get the puck, skate with it, and get their heads up, right? I want to take a stand at these guys, and I thought Tage could have been more aggressive in the neutral zone, and maybe that guy doesn't get the pass over, as cleanly. But it was a turnover, so they both kind of had an opportunity to get it deep, and they turned that.
Yeah. Tage had issues with the blue line and turnovers in the series. So, and just turnovers in general, but blue line turnovers, which are deadly. Tage had issues with this series too, which, we could talk about goal scoring and stuff like that, but he was not great in the turnover and sometimes just defensively.
What?
I mean, he was a -9, I think, at one point, or -7 at least. So, and I think Tuck was -8 too, somewhere around there.
He was -8 going into the last game.
Yeah.
So, as we go to the offseason, obviously, Tuck's a huge one. I mean, listen, all season long, I was like, I want to bring back Tuck. I still want to bring him back. I still want this guy, I'll say it, to take some sort of hometown discount.
Right.
I guess no one's obligated to do whatever, but to me, I don't care if it's the smallest guy at the smallest company or the biggest guy at the biggest company, pro sports. Be honest and truthful, right? You're the guy that showed up that said you want to do this in Buffalo. You want to play for your hometown team. You were a fan of all of this. You've said all of those things. Take a small hometown discount. Right? And then come back and do it. You got a great group of young guys. There's no reason to think. If he wants, really big money and someone will give it to him, then I guess so be it. I don't know why you would say all those things though. Just don't say anything. Just don't. Just say, I'm happy to be here, and we're going to keep working. And I'm a Buffalo Sabre now, but we'll see. As soon as you say something like that, now I know I think people know, like, oh, we'll see where it goes and what it leads for his family. But if you're gonna say all the right shit and then just leave for the money, don't say it in the first place.
Right. Yeah, we hear that a lot.
If we
Yeah, I
if we
agree.
if we say he leaves, okay,
Right.
do we? I mean, Lions under contract for a season, right?
Right.
Can you trade UPL and other assets for a goalie? Maybe Hellebuck. I don't know if they would move him. I have no idea. But
Yeah. I know it does seem just like a weak spot. Even though during the season, I know they did their rotation,
yeah,
but
and the numbers were good.
numbers were good. But it obviously in the playoffs, it didn't work out like that. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see, if they don't sign him, what they do with the cap space. Like you said, we have players.
We just talked about the log jam of players.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
So
Osland. Who else did we say?
Alanis.
Well, I think he's up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't play in this last game.
Oh, okay.
Osland, Carrick,
Yeah.
Kulik. I
Right.
mean, that's those spots right there.
Right. No, I agree. Maybe you want him to go. I don't think you do, but you still need to. Yeah.
I know. I mean draft picks. I mean if you got to spend 2 first rounders. I mean I know you always want a deep farm system, but you also get to the point where there's not room for guys.
Right.
Right.
You know who else? I think maybe he'll never shut people up for sure. The power played good. I don't think
man, my boy. I tell you, I spend 4 hours a week defending Owen Power on here to people. Nobody's gonna tell me that. Oh, I mean, I've heard so many. Whether I don't know what classifies an expert, right?
Right.
Radio people, TV people talking about how good he's been playing. I mean, again, I like Rocco goes on his thing. Our buddy, has he been elite, top level, offensive, number 1 pick guy? No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He's solid, I mean, how long has he been drinking beer?
Right.
I mean, the guy is young. He played top 4 minutes in the playoffs all season long. He was a plus player.
Right.
He's come a long way. 2-3 years ago, people were complaining about Darlene. He's a bust. Right. Get him out of here. Now he's up for the Norris Trophy, and we're like, this guy looks like the best guy on the ice.
Right. No, yeah. I know. I just saying, there's a lot of haters of Power. And listen, they want him to be a better scorer. They want him to be more physical because he's a huge kid. He's just maybe not those things, but just what it was, I thought he played good. I mean, everybody probably had plays that they want back, but overall, I thought he was by far not the biggest problem we had on defense by any means.
No, and there's certainly room. The one area I would like to see him be a little more physical.
Right, that's one area that
where I'm like, man, finish that check there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that'll never come. I mean, I don't know. Defensively and offensively, there's still room to grow. But he played well, and I think slowly the chatter's going away. But I'm telling you, I get so many texts that are
nicely hated favorite.
People. I mean, they just love hating on him.
Yeah. During the season, he had some stretches. I mean, always some plays, and it's an 82-game season. It's going to happen. But I thought, we're talking playoffs here. I thought both series definitely was good. Played solid minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had a really solid season. Like I said, there are moments where he gets lost in his own zone. He gets caught puck watching. I thought there was a lot less in the playoffs.
Right.
But and then they're telling me about his contract, and I'm like, you can't blame the guy for the contract.
Yeah.
And sports have gone this way. They're signing these younger guys to longer contracts, and in 4 years, you either are like, that didn't work the way we thought, or you're like, dude, this is an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
Right now, my friend Nick sent me, he's a Canadians fan. He sent me something of like those 4 or 5 guys and their salaries for the next, I think they're signed through like 2031 or 32. Almost all of their stars are making $8 million.
Yeah.
Right? So 2 years ago, you're probably like, oh, geez, you're giving this guy, and right now you're just like, holy shit, this looks like a steal. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was scary to see their contracts.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, though. That is the Bills have done it. I mean, they were first with Allen. I know Allen makes a lot of money, but even his first contract, they gave it before any other of the guys. They took, let's get it in here first.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh my God, Allen's actually like a deal. And then, you can always look at Knox. They gave it to Knox. Didn't work out as well.
Yeah.
But, he was trajecting this way, and you're like, let's try to get him now and pay him a little bit, and hopefully in 2 years his contract's a steal. But it's a risk.
But also part of the Knox thing is then you go and you draft a first round guy.
Right.
Right.
Well,
so
they knew it was wrong.
What?
Yeah. They knew it was a bad deal.
I don't know if it's a bad deal. That guy still plays. He's still when he gets opportunities, he still puts up some numbers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not a great deal.
Maybe Kincaid. If your scouts are saying like, listen, this guy's that good, you got to get him.
Right.
I guess you got to get him. But I think as soon as Kincaid got drafted, I'm like, well, Knox's his productivity is going to
go down. Right.
It's you know what I mean. But baseball, they don't even wait for the pros anymore.
Right. I know.
They sign the minor leaguers to 8-year deals now.
Yeah, I know. That's the way to do it. You got to take risks. It's so you can't, like you're right, you can't blame a guy for taking money that's thrown at him, and he's still got plenty of time to say that contract's worth it. And I thought the playoffs was a good step.
Samuelson, 2 years ago, people were like, "This guy, this is the worst signing."
1 year ago.
1 year, yeah, I know. He was a plus 41 this year. Really solid numbers. Played really good in the playoffs. I mean, they got a bunch of pieces. I'm curious to see about the goaltending. I'll say this: if Tuck doesn't stick around, that definitely frees up some money, and I think I would target. I mean, I'll leave it up to them to figure out who they want to target, but I would target a goalie, and I would try to put together a package that a team would have a tough time saying no to. A nice, solid prospect, a first-round pick, and UPL, who is a good goalie and at a fair price with a little term left. I think he's got a little term left, right? When they signed him, I think it was 5 or 6 years.
Right, so he's got a couple.
And listen, he could grow, right? I mean, Buffalo has traded goalies away
right.
that have gone
done
on
well.
to do well. But
that's true.
I'm not sure where else. I'm not sure where else you're spending that money. I mean, I think I think Benson's a restricted free agent. So and I don't think he's got arbitration available, but you're going to try and sign him after that
Sure.
playoff stretch.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely. And he's only 20, so 21.
Yeah, it would be interesting, but I mean, I really, and like I said, I don't know. The goaltending was really good at times. It was pretty poor at times.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It is an area. It is an area they could take a swing at, right?
Yeah, I think that's true. Definitely an area. If you took that in the playoffs looked weak, and it was one of the weakest spots. Just tough, but
Eastern Conference Finals. Who do you want to win?
I want the Canadians to win, and I can't be a Carolina fan. I don't like anything about them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have anything. I actually like the Canadian team before we played them. They're a fun team to watch. They're obviously very similar to the Sabres. So they're a fun team to watch. So yeah, I'm betting the Canadians game one. I think that's just too long to be off, like 15, 16 days. So I will have some money on the Canadians in game one. Talk a little betting there. So I'll sprinkle a little cash on them. On Western, can you go anyone but the Avalanche or?
I have always kind of liked the Avalanche because I first off I've always liked Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Even his first few years when he was okay. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't like the stud he was. And I remember telling my buddy for fantasy hockey, I'm like, dude, this guy, there's just glimpses where I would watch him and I'm like, he's unbelievable, right? He's unbelievable. It took him a little bit to really become elite, but he signed there for a cheaper deal, which that like wins my heart right away.
Right.
Like, why would I take 10 million someplace that stinks when I could take 875 and have a blast and be really good, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of money, but whatever. If you're gonna go through all of it, you might as well at least win and have fun and have a chance. So, and I am over Eichel. I am over him. So it's not really. There's still a little part of me that doesn't want to see him.
Right.
See him do really well. So I'll be pulling for. I'll probably be pulling for Montreal, Colorado.
Yeah.
But then I think I do want Colorado to win.
Okay. I'll agree with that. I'm not against that. I like that. I think I'm the same.
Yeah. I'm
fine with the Canadians going one more, but I don't want them to win. But that's fine. I like it.
I was in a golf tournament the other day, and there was a couple young kids, hockey guys, right? And they're from Toronto. They play college down here, and we were talking for a while. And I asked them. This was before Game 7. I was like, "Who do you want to win?" And they were like Buffalo, right? And I was like, "Oh, I wasn't sure if being Canadian, you wanted the Canadian team, but they were Leafs fans, so they're like, we hate the Canadians." I'm like, fair enough. I didn't know how far that goes, but it's always fun when Canada doesn't win a cup a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'll agree. I know it's funny.
Although, like I said, I think if it was Vegas, Montreal, I'd probably be pulling for Montreal.
I was watching the game with my daughter, and they came up with the stat that the Canadians have won 23 Stanley Cups. She was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get killed." I go, "All right, we got to relax though. There was 6 teams for a long time when they started winning these cups." I go, "They haven't won since '93, so the number's high. The teams were low when they were winning a lot of these." So I calmed her down, even though we lost, but still, it was a high number. But you have to take it into consideration. It was like
a solid chance of winning a couple, right?
Yeah, you had a great chance. So that was funny. But on to next year and the off season. But it was fun. I mean, I went out a lot for the games, and I enjoyed watching it and getting into every game. It was awesome to have that back. So it was a good run. I don't like saying that, but it was a good run, and it was fun. So hopefully,
I'll tell you what. I know Buffalo has always been an unbelievable sports town. I know there's always those people like, "Oh, you guys never sell." I said, "Listen, when your team's awful, why should you be selling out games, right? There's I'm a good fan, and there's, I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot too because I keep spending all of this money to watch a product. No, I mean, when you're getting your butt kicked and the team's not good, it's not overly enjoyable, right? I mean, listen, I can still turn it on and be a fan at home for free and not have to go down there on a Tuesday night and spend, if I'm going with someone from my family, I'm spending $250, right? You're parking, you're buying a couple drinks, maybe you know what I mean? So, but man, their fans. I was almost a little surprised that they came back as strong as they did.
Yeah, they came back quick. It was like quick. They're
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm ready for it.
yeah.
They've been
So
itching for it for a long time. They did come back real quick. It was great to see.
yeah,
I mean, Buffalo loves hockey. They show the numbers every year as far as non-playoff teams. It's not even
yeah.
close. Buffalo's the team, so they were ready. They were itching. They had a great time. Just didn't go our way again. But
Good for Lindy, right? Good for
good for
Lindy.
Lindy. Yeah,
Yeah, you
he
know
had a
what I
great
mean.
year. Yep.
He I don't know. That guy does a really good job. I mean, he's been up for coach of the. I mean, he's won it twice, right? I think he's been up for it even more than that. I mean, yeah, I like the fact that I mean, when he got fired in New Jersey, I thought that was the wrong move. I don't know how a guy wins the coach of the year one year and a year and a half later, like, this guy's
Yeah.
so bad we got to get rid of him. I just don't buy that stuff. But good for him and good for the squad, and we will see where that offseason goes.
Yep. For sure.
I know we talked a little bit before. After the game, I was really upset, and I tuned into the end of the basketball game.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Man, Wemby's out of control. That guy is.
I don't know what you do with a guy like that. Now I know he, like, for the most part for the season, he's been playing not a ton of minutes, 16, 17, 18 minutes a game. I know he played 45 minutes yesterday. And dudes, I don't know what you do with him. I mean, you lob it up, you can lob it up till 14 feet. And it's not even that big of a jump for him. And he's dunking it with just not even I don't know if anybody saw the highlights of the game or watched the end of the game, but he's shooting threes from just in front of half court, and then he's dunking it.
At 28 foot, I mean, it was a bomb, and like, it's not luck. Like, he looks good shooting it.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, I know. I don't know a ton of NBA fans. There's just a lot of people that I know that they just want to fight all the time about it. There's no defense. You know, back in the day, I'm like, man, I hate when people our age just turn into
everything.
The old guy back in the day, right? They do the same with football. I get it, but games change, stuff changes. There's no defense. I'm like, they're playing some the rules are a little bit different. You're not allowed. Listen, hockey's no different in basketball. In the 80s and 90s, you could mug people.
Right.
I've made this argument. I think a third to half of the guys in the NBA from our time when we were in high school and a little after wouldn't even be in the pros today. They did not have the skill set to even be there. They're not
the whole Knicks team, besides Ewing, and even Ewing now, his game is not even an NBA game really at this point. The whole Knicks team would not have been in the NBA. Half of them were just bullies, just mugging people, and like Mason. These guys, Mason had no skills whatsoever.
Oh my God! No, there's no chance that dude is in the NBA. And I always liked Charles Oakley, and he plays super hard. I'm like, man, so I mean, they're just the skill set's just different, and I'm like, to be honest, the names aren't as good as back then. The names were great then, but just watching the game, they're more entertaining. I mean. I mean, it used to be get it to Ewing. He's going to stick his ass and back you down, and Shaq would back you down, and Hakeem would back you down, and then maybe he'd throw a move, the shake or something. But like, it was slow. Like, yeah, but it's fast paced now.
Right. So one of the stats I saw, which I think is actually good for the league, because I did say Curry. I've mentioned this before. I thought Curry, as much as everybody loves him, and he should. I think he's ruined basketball in a way where it turned into a three-point shooting contest. Well, this year, the teams that shot the most threes, I think the top 10 teams that shot the most threes did not make the playoffs. I think the only one that did was Boston, and they got lit up in the first series. So
Yeah,
I think that's a good sign for the NBA. Actually, I think that
yeah.
and we kind of were talking a little bit about SGA and how unknown. I don't think anybody that is going out and be like, dude, SGA, that guy, MVP, one of the
Yeah,
best players I've ever seen. But he's kind of an old school player, mid range shooter.
yeah.
Not a guy who shoots a lot of threes, goes to hoop. Great
Goes
mid
to the hoop.
range guy.
Yeah,
Great
gets
mid
gets,
range
gets to the
guy.
line, right? Gets to the
He
line
gets
a lot.
well. That's the argument with them is that he gets to the line. Yeah, that's just
Look,
the way it is in the league. But he gets a lot of calls at the line, shoots a lot of free
when
throws.
you take it to
But
the
that's
hoop,
like
you get to the
his
line.
game,
When you take it to the hoop, you get to the line, right?
right? Yep.
You're gonna launch 45 threes. I wouldn't expect to shoot a million free throws, right?
Right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I love his game, right? He will put some up, but he's gonna give you head fakes. He's gonna drive, and like
Right.
it's almost impossible to drive and not get fouled. I mean, I feel like it's probably there should be more fouls when people drive because it's almost impossible. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just let him go?
Right.
But
Right. No, but he's
go
not a
ahead.
sexy player. He's not a sexy name. So we're talking about like Wemby,
Oh,
guys who can, as far as taking over a face of the league, which I think they might need one. I'm not sure. LeBron is 41, 42, or whatever he's going to be. Uh, you got Doncic. I just don't know. I think they're in need of a face of the league, and he is perfect for it. I mean, he can do it all.
I'll
7
say
blocks
this:
a game, the threes, dunking with no effort, and
as
he's got
as
some weird game.
as unbelievable as Jokic is, and he is,
Right.
he never looks overly spectacular.
No, he does not. He doesn't do anything spectacular.
I mean, he does everything spectacular. It just
He's
doesn't
the
look it,
FGA of
right?
the center. He's just like, he does everything great, and he could
It just
shoot, and
doesn't
he could do
look.
this.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
some kind of doughy, tall white guy throwing like you're like,
Well,
wow, that's a good pass. And the next thing you
yeah,
know, you're like, shit, this guy's got 4 assists, 3 rebounds,
right,
7 points in the last 5 minutes.
right,
But Wemby, you cannot watch a game and go more than 2.5 minutes without being like, oh my God, maybe even 2 minutes,
right,
a minute and a half. On the defensive end, the
right.
offensive end, I mean, he's just so tall and long, and it's must watch. It's really something crazy to watch. That dude he's so skinny too.
I know he reminds you of a Durant, but he's so much taller and he plays defense. And I just don't. He affects the game so much on defensive end. It's hard to go in and try to get some layups and stuff like that. He blocks a lot. So you're right. Like it's not just offensively. Guy's a menace
You're
on
right.
you.
He looks like a young Durant, but I don't know. Is he a foot taller?
He's at least 6 inches taller. I think he's 7'4".
I mean, it is. Whew. It's funny because I turned that game on and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch the end, and I'm not that guy. I don't hate great teams because they're great. Like people
Yeah,
used to always hate the Patriots and they hate the Yankees or when I would hate the Yankees, it's not because they were great. It's because the system where they could buy all the players like that I hated the system. I respect like Oklahoma City's great and I respect them, but I want to see the Spurs as much as I can because this
yeah.
guy's just really he is great to watch. He is oh man,
I
it's
think
just
for the NBA, I think if it could be New York and San Antonio, where you get obviously a huge market in New York who has been a while, and then you get the new star in the league, I think that's best case scenario. I think if it's Cleveland and Oklahoma City, I don't know who's watching this. I just don't. I'm not saying obviously they're both great teams. I just don't know where the interest is.
The ratings would be brutal.
Yeah. So
for a championship.
For a championship, yeah. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. That's what I would want to see, and I think that's what everybody wants to see. Watching a little bit. Cleveland's up 10 now, so we'll see. But
yeah, if Cleveland, it feels like they've hit a switch here this last.
I know.
Last three or four games. Those last couple versus my boy Cade.
I know.
Me and Cade.
Cade, you are all on this guy.
I had him when he was down. When he was down.
You did pick him when he was down. It cost all of us money, if I recall, because you're like, this guy's awesome. You got to put some money on him. The guy was Brick City.
Oh, terrible! It was so bad. I was like, nope. So I've always had a little spot for Cade, but yeah, New York, San Antonio would be monster. It would be monster.
I think it'd be great. I'd definitely be trying to tune into every game for that.
If you're, if you know, I'm not saying everyone's going to love the NBA, but if you're a sports person, and you don't watch the NBA, you really owe it to yourself to tune in to watch Wemby.
I agree.
He is, man, when they they just like throw up a little lob and you're like, what? This guy's he's so freaking long. Man,
forget he's being guarded by like 6'10" guys, and it is like they're not. It's got to be wild for the 6'10" guys. Like I can't come close to. He's so long and tall. I can't do anything.
And then he's behind the arc, and he'll give you a little juke and go by. You're just like, holy.
Go by you on one dribble, and he can like dunk from anywhere. His arms are so long. It's so weird. But I agree with you 100%. He is must-watch TV when he's on. He can do anything.
Like I said, you could watch a whole half of Jokic and be like, you could see that he's good, and you see the stats pile up. You're almost never like, oh my God, that's insane. Yeah. And yet with Wemby, you're just like, whether it be a block, a dunk, a three, like the blocks, even he just rotates over, and it's like, I mean, you're trying to shoot over this mountain. It is really impressive. He brings the ball up like it is something else. Man, the NBA better hope that cat can stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
They're losing out on a ton. So, let's talk a couple minutes of football. Right, football's getting ready.
It's getting there.
Keon Coleman said his season was ass. Right?
Yeah. Well, he hit into me at a golf course the other day.
He did?
Yeah, this is a true story. He was he went for the green and won, and he didn't come close. And I was on a different tee box. Didn't yell for anything, but he was playing behind me. That was kind of funny.
He did say he's Tiger wish he could, right?
Yeah,
is that what he said?
He did. That's what it was. He hit it a mile, but not straight. And they were like, "Who hit that?" And I'm like, "I think that was Keon." He was using some language, so it was funny. But his season was ass. It can only go up. So I'm hoping Brady can figure out maybe some better ways to use them. I think they have adding some talent at this position, maybe that helps him. I'm not sure. Where he doesn't have to be. Maybe they can move him into the slot. I actually think he has some potential in the slot. So we'll see. But yeah, he can only go up.
What do you think of the Bills' schedule?
It's a brutal schedule. I don't like. First of all, I hate the fact that we have a home Thanksgiving game and then we got to play on Christmas as well. I think that's brutal.
That's right.
To have the two holidays.
I feel like they shouldn't do that to teams.
They shouldn't do it to teams, to fans. They shouldn't do it to fans.
There should be a rule: if you play on one, you're not playing on the other.
I 100% agree. Shouldn't do both. And then I don't like the fact that you're opening up your new stadium on a short week. you play Sunday, and then it's Thursday is your opening on a short week, which I think sucks. It's a tough, and then in general, it's a very tough schedule.
They said that I think today I heard there's 2 different stretches where there's 4 out of 5 games are on the road.
Right. I think they open up.
3 of the first 4 are at home.
3 of the first 4 at home, and then they go on a run.
Away, home.
Yeah.
And then you got that big 4 out of 5. And then I think like another 4 out of 5. That's crazy.
Then it's the stretch at home. Yeah, I know. I just, the only thing is everybody in the division has to play these teams too, and New England's got a first place. So I still think we could win the division. It is a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule. It's brutal. But
I'm almost that might be my.
But I'm very upset about this. Listen, I knew it was coming that we were going to have a home holiday game one of these times. Yeah, they've been on the road, which has been fine. So I wasn't shocked. But Thanksgiving and Christmas is brutal.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
That might be. I wonder. That might be one of my favorite bets. I've already said I'm way down on the Patriots this year. I mean, I was maybe even before all the Vrabel stuff. I don't know if that can really help. I've heard a couple, even pros kind of talk about this, and like how he really needs to go in there and just be totally honest with, like, as honest can be with these guys, right? Like, if you're gonna sit here and ask complete 100% dedication and honesty and everything out of people, and then you're gonna show up and be some big fraud. I mean, who knows all the detail? Like, I don't know all the details of what actually happened or whatever, but I feel like he can't go in there and I don't know, like you can't deny to them that. I mean, if you're going to sit there and be like, listen, I didn't do anything, and then somehow it comes out that you did, you're going to be like, dude, you're a lying piece of shit, right? So, I don't know. I love I'm going back to. I think I love the bet of the Bills winning the division because
the Jets and Dolphins are not in the question. They're not in the equation at all. So. Let's just go against the Patriots. So can you beat the Patriots? I just do. I just think if we're having the same schedule, I still think we're a better team. So yeah, I kind of like it too. I wonder
what those odds are. I mean, I'm sure you're not getting great odds, right? But
no,
I still like it. Aaron Rodgers back again.
Back at it. I know. Was there any doubt? I thought maybe he'd go to Arizona, but I'm not shocked that he came back. I mean, the guy's going to keep coming.
You think Pittsburgh had? I mean, they put some contract or something on him so that he really couldn't just go anyplace.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did that because they were afraid that he was going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, they'll be 9-8. It's 8-9. They're gonna be there. I mean, it's still too hard a division. They're still not that talented at certain positions. So I just don't know what at this point. Again, he didn't even have that bad of a year last year. They made the playoffs and they're done. It's not going to be different. He's not that quarterback anymore.
I just so struggle though. If I'm the, where do I go? If I'm the Steelers, whatever, pick something. Coach, owner, fan, like I need a quarterback, and bringing back Aaron Rodgers is just
you're just prolonging.
It's going to get you a middle pick.
I know.
Probably at worst, and probably almost at best too, right?
Right.
Like, I don't think Pittsburgh's, making
the right call. I agree with you. You need a quarterback. I know they drafted one in the 4th round. It's obviously unlikely that he's going to be a future starter, but it's possible. But they needed a quarterback, and they keep going out and doing this. Right. They're going to be 18th, 19th pick. somewhere around there, 20th maybe.
Unless it's I don't know, maybe it's maybe they really like the fourth round guy. I mean, listen, that stuff happens. Maybe they really like him and they're like, let's give him an entire. I'm a big fan of this. I've said it. Here is one entire year that no matter what happens, this guy's playing. That's what this guy's not playing. If I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm coming out and saying it. Well, what if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt? Yep, we'll sign it. We got someone else.
Right.
He is here to grow and learn and to develop. I don't care if Aaron could go 0 for 50 one game. Guess who's starting next week? Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
It's his team. There's no, so don't even ask me the question because I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, you didn't bring Aaron Rodgers in to ever sit the bench no matter what. I don't care how bad he is. You play him, and he ain't going to be good on the bench anyways.
So, no. So if that's the case, then I guess maybe bringing Aaron back makes some sense, I guess. But other than that, I really struggle to understand it. I almost Mike, I don't know, but I don't think you're bringing in Mike McCarthy to lay down a season either. So we already talked. We didn't like that signing. So
no, there's not a lot. I think there's not a lot I like from Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's interesting. They're an interesting franchise as far as what they've chosen to go with their QB position. I get it. Listen, it's hard to say we just want to tank a year. It is hard to sell that to a fan base, to anybody, but at some point, I think the fan base is tired of being one playoff game in, being the 18th, 19th, 20th pick, getting a mediocre player, and not the kind of position that we need.
Somehow we make the playoffs, even though deep down we know we're really not.
Right. That's what they were. Even with Wilson, they lost their last 4 games and somehow got in, and they did exactly. They got killed. He was terrible. And they got killed. So, yeah, it's an interesting franchise. I don't. If I was a Steelers fan, I'd just be like, we just need to go. Let's just start this 4th round guy. Don't sign Rodgers, and let's just eat it for a year. See if this guy's any good. And if we go 1 and something, all right. Well, now we can maybe get a franchise quarterback next year.
Yeah. So,
because then it could be one bad year, and you're right. If you get a franchise quarterback, you can be right back, right there. It could be a one bad year, you forget about it, and then you've got the next 10 years to be happy about it.
Yeah, it really is. But without that position, you're in a rough spot. So, yeah, we'll definitely have more football coming up. I was out the other day. I had Nate, who was on the show once before. He wants to come on. He's a Giants guy. He was super excited. He's dying to come on and talk about the Giants in their draft. So
sure.
I always, so we'll certainly be getting into football hot and heavy here, I think, as we get moving forward. And as baseball moves along here, still fun to root against the Mets. My Nationals are halfway decent. Predictable. I draft Aaron Judge in fantasy, and he's batting like, mid 2s or something.
Yeah, I got terrible team too.
333 is just crazy. So, yeah, we can. As football moves, Nationals beat the Mets today. That's great stuff.
There you go.
We'll get into football, and then the one guy I was golfing with, he's a big soccer guy, and he said the World Cup.
Oh yeah, we got the World Cup coming. Yeah, that'd be a good guy to have on.
When does the World Cup start?
I think it's July, like late June, July.
Yeah, I tell him I World Cup, I usually end up watching some of it. I struggle when America cannot beat these countries that are like the size of Rhode Island. I don't even know where they're at. And I'm like, how are we not beating these guys? Like, I don't understand. I know our athletes go all over, but that's the part that just kills me. And, you get the, it's the fastest growing sport in America and all of this. And like, we're never even like real contenders.
No, I know. It's not my favorite sport, but I do admit I think the last time they were in it, I went out to a bar to watch the game at like
Yeah, you
probably
get
10
into
a.m. I was like,
the
all right, let's go.
nationalism. You get excited, but
Yeah.
then, like
Any
I said,
reason to,
I don't know. Guyana just murders us, and I'm like, these guys. I was like, how are we losing to them? But so, all right, sounds awesome. You are official Stanley Cup pick. Who's going to the Cup?
it's going to be Carolina and the Avalanche will win. I think in the end the time off will be a struggle for Carolina early, but eventually I just think the rest that they did get will eventually pay off. Maybe not first game, but I do think it will come out and they're a solid team.
You're Mark Messier. That's what Messier said. He said, I'm gonna go Avalanche. I'm gonna go Avalanche Montreal. I'm really impressed with some of the stuff Montreal has. I think their goaltending is gonna have to be a little bit better than it was. But man, they got 3 or 4 guys that are rolling that can really, really play. And I think they see the ice really well. And Carolina, I'm not sold on that division. They've had a tough time when they get to this point. They can always get to this point and a tough time getting over it. So, all right, we'll go with that. So, sounds awesome. We will be getting together for another episode soon. But that wraps us up. If you listen to us, we appreciate it. Please share it with family, friends, co-workers. We are on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And we appreciate the listeners and the watchers because some of you guys watch the video. So
nice.
Sounds awesome. Good. All right. See you, Tommy.
See you, buddy.
Hit the mics, take a seat, it's about to ignite. 2 dudes with the spread, keep your bets locked tight. Sports talk sharp like a razor blade edge. Numbers don't lie, no need for a hedge. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth. From the pitch to the court where legends birth. Plays and parlays, every wager's worth. Sit back, tune in, ride the wave of mirth. Game clock's ticking.